Hi everyone, welcome to the final episode of Chapter 1. In this extended episode, we take a look at 4 tools you can use for screening companies and tracking institutional investor buying and selling. Institutional investors are companies or organizations that invest money on behalf of other people. A few examples include banks, hedge funds, mutual funds, pensions, and insurance companies. You may be familiar with some of the ones listed here. 45 days after the end of each quarter, institutional investors are required to file a Form 13F with the Securities and Exchange Commission, or the SEC. Think of this as a quarterly report available to the public showing the holdings of the country's largest investors. The quarterly 13F filing is one of the sources for the data and information we will see shortly. Each tool covered here has at least a free version option, but some do require a subscription to access all the features. We will explore them in more detail in later videos, so for now, just enjoy the introduction. First up is StockRover, which allows you to analyze portfolios, compare securities side by side, screen for stocks and exchange-traded funds, or ETFs, deep dive into single companies, and read market news. StockRover is designed for investors, not day traders. Let's take a quick look at Disney. We begin here on the summary page where we have a plethora of key data and figures, including fair value scores, analyst estimates and rankings, growth and profitability data, as well as its valuation against competitors. We can view historical financial statements, details from 19 analysts, and much more. They also have more than 150 screening filters to scan stocks based on various criteria. For example, this is their earnings per share and sales growth screener. We can right-click, tap the update screener, and view the 5 criteria that this screener searches for. The screener returns the top 50 companies based on the search criteria. For any given company, you can then view and compare data such as profitability, growth, fair value, and much more. Next up is Finvis, which is a free stock screener for investors and traders, and also provides financial visualizations. The site's homepage presents stocks based on various signals, top gainers, unusual volume, insider buying, and many more. If you click Maps at the top of the page, you will see in real time the status of each S&P 500 company, split by sector and industry. The free screening tool lets you easily scan for stocks based on criteria that you choose. For example, if we want to find stocks in the energy sector with a price-to-earnings ratio less than 15, priced at less than 2 times book value, and a return on equity of at least 15%, we can easily see the 9 companies that fit. Now don't worry if any of these financial terms don't make sense. We'll go over them later. This was merely for an example. The third resource we cover is Well Wisdom. This site has a lot to offer, so let's look at just 2 key features with regard to institutional buying and selling. First up is screening by company. Let's use Kroger. First, type the ticker symbol KR or the company name. On the stocks page, we see key data at the top, followed by substantial data surrounding 13F filings. You can see the number of 13F filers holding Kroger as one of their top 10 positions compared to the prior quarter, the total number of funds holding the stock, the number that increased positions, closed positions, and much more. As you continue scrolling, you will see the list of 13F filers that own Kroger. We can then sort by market value to see those with the largest position, what each of them did during the quarter with regard to position size, what percentage of the company a fund owns, and much more. The second feature we will examine is screening by fund. Let's take a look at Abrams Capital Management, a hedge fund. On the summary page, we can see top buys and sells, sector allocation over time, and data about past 13F activity. If we click Holdings, we see a breakdown of the fund's portfolio by position. Each stock is ranked by size, and we see what the fund did with each stock in the past quarter. On the right side of the table, you can see in which quarter the stock was first owned and an estimated average price paid. Well Wisdom organizes massive amounts of data for free, and I highly recommend checking them out. The final site I introduce here is Guru Focus. Similar to Whale Wisdom, Guru Focus organizes data from 13F filers. By clicking Latest Guru Picks at the top, you can view the buying and selling activity from a wide range of investing gurus, such as Warren Buffett, Joel Greenblatt, David Einhorn, Monish Pabrai, Tom Gaynor, and many more. By typing a company's name in the search box, you will find the buying and selling activity, if any, during the past quarter for each guru that owns it. For example, take Apple. We can see that Joel Greenblatt reduced his position and Bill Gates sold his entire position in Q1 of 2021. By clicking Insider, we can also see the latest activity of insiders, such as board members and executives. For example, the Senior Vice President and CFO sold 121,000 shares on May 3rd at a price of $132.81. Each of these resources are fantastic, and each provides value in its own way, so I encourage you to check them out and explore some of their functions. Do not worry if any of the terminology or tools discussed here sound like another language. We will cover the terms and resources introduced in greater depth during later videos. My goal was simply to show a few sites where you can go to obtain value and research without paying anything. If you are interested in exploring the advanced features, most offer a free trial period of the premium options, so you can decide if the value gained is worth the cost. Well, this brings us to the end of Chapter 1. Congratulations to those of you that made it through all 10 videos. I hope you are finding value, and I look forward to seeing you again in Chapter 2, where we look at market basics, such as market indices, index versus mutual funds, volatility, risk, and how share prices are set. See you there.